Very good evening to everyone. This is Diksha, the faculty for English Literature. Welcome to PW. आज हमारे साथ हैं देबराती चक्रवर्ती, जिन्होंने 99.61 परसेंटाइल के साथ नेट क्वालिफाई किया है इंग्लिश लिटरेचर में. And very warm welcome to Debarati and many congratulations.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much.
Okay. So I think सबका यही सवाल रहेगा आज का, and in fact everyone is very worried कि दिसंबर के लिए पहले तो टाइम बहुत कम है, and what are the strategies, what kind of tips and tricks did you employ in your works. But उससे पहले you first introduce yourself थोड़ा सा, आपने कहाँ से मास्टर्स किया है, आपने कहाँ से बैचलर्स किया है, which attempt was this, पहले वो बात कर लेते हैं फिर हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. First introduce yourself.
First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, and good evening, because it's like a dream for me that today I am with that teacher, with those faculty members from whom I have taken all this training. So before heading forward, hello everyone, my name is Debarati Chakraborty, and I am from Kolkata, West Bengal. I have done my bachelor's and my master's both from University of Calcutta. And last year only I completed my master's, and I think from August or September I started preparing from NET, UGC NET JRF. Like that was my dream to do PhD, to be assistant professor. So from there onwards it all started, and I started taking preparations. And this was my first attempt in NET. I skipped the December attempt because I thought that if without any preparation, like I did not have any preparation, I was quite worried about the syllabus. So I left the December attempt. I thought that let me take a good preparation and then I will be sitting for the exam. So in that way only I sat for the June 2024 exam, and so here I am today. I got the results yesterday. This entire number.
Right. So Debarati, you said that you took your time to prepare. So the thing is कि हमारे साथ ऐसे बहुत स्टूडेंट्स जुड़ते हैं जो कि मास्टर्स के फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर से ही कोशिश करना शुरू कर देते हैं नेट के लिए, राइट? सो ऑल्सो द फैक्ट दैट द एग्जाम वाज कैंसिल्ड एंड फिर से हुआ, दैट एंटायर एंजाइटी, दैट प्रोसेस, हाउ डिड यू डील विद इट एंड स्टिल मैनेज टू स्कोर सो मच एंड सो वेल? एंड ये फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में ही आपने क्लियर किया है, एक तो ये बहुत ही बड़ी बात है. It's a very huge achievement. I want to congratulate you, and I want to congratulate your parents and your family members again and again for this. But yeah, coming back to your preparation, कि जो जैसे क्या challenges रहे हैं आपके, जैसे आपने जून में कैंसिल हुआ, राइट? यू वर मेंटली रेडी, देन आपको फिर अगस्त में देना पड़ा, वहां पे भी अनसर्टेनिटी था, देन ऑफ कोर्स द शिफ्ट बिटवीन ऑफलाइन टू ऑनलाइन. Would you like to share with our viewers what kind of transition it was?
Actually, yes, ma'am. I think this is something which all students, all the applicants, whoever participated in this exam, they faced. And because, ma'am, with this mindset that, okay, the exam will happen on in the month of June 2024. So we all prepared. And I remember I had 102 fever the night before the exam, and I couldn't study well. So I was literally quite worried because it was the first time that I was giving the NET exam. So definitely I was worried, and then for the first time when I sat for the examination, what struck me was all those chronology questions for English. And seeing those questions, I realized one thing is I have not prepared well enough maybe, and I need more and more, because for some reason the offline chronology appeared to me a bit tough because the timelines were quite close to each other. I felt like there is not much gap from which I could identify the questions. There were other questions also which was quite difficult to identify. So for that, yes, that was it was really an anxious moment for me. Still, I decided that fine, let me move forward, even if I fail in this one. So with that only, I gave the exam, and like all students, after maybe I think 24 hours, it was cancelled, and that was really a setback for me. Why? Because many of my friends also who were there, they told me that now it is shifting from offline to online, so the thing will be tougher. And the thing which I faced is I almost lacked in revising, because after I think it was 18th June, if I'm not wrong, the exam, the offline exam which took place, which was later cancelled, I couldn't study till the 1st of July. So because
Right.
I was feeling like I did not know that, okay, I considered that I will fail now because it is online. It is again that same mode which has been
Hmm.
followed for so many years. So I am damn sure that I will be failing at this moment. So I lagged in my preparations also at that time. However, I think with God's grace only I again started from July because if Nishant sir also told in PW that you continue your preparation, you don't fall back. He was constantly telling all of us, and ma'am, then you also joined. So that was a added advantage for me. So from July itself, again I started taking my preparations again, and then in the August it was an online. It was in online mode, and there I realized that somehow online was a bit easier. At least I was in the first shift of that day in the morning shift. So there the questions felt a bit easier. It can be that I had already had that kind of an anxiety, that kind of a shock that exam has been cancelled. So at this moment, anything can happen. So maybe that was the thing, or maybe I geared up a bit more at that time. But yes, that was really an anxious moment because after preparing for so long, suddenly they told that exam is no more, that is cancelled. So that was a bit of a setback for me almost, and I couldn't study like for 10 to 15 days. I couldn't study well.
Right.
That
राइट सो जैसे देवव्रती ने कहा कि शी हैज बीन फेसिंग सेट उनको ऑब्वियसली धक्का लगा था सबको धक्का लगा था एंड दैट इज हाउ आई गेस यू द फैक्ट इज द मेन फैक्ट इज दैट यू स्टिल केप्ट एट इट एंड जैसे आप बोल रही हैं कि रिविजन इज द की दैट आप
yes,
कंप्लीट कर लो सिलेबस कुछ भी कर लो बट नेट जैसे क्वेश्चंस पूछता है रिविजन इज डेफिनेटली द की एंड कमेंट सेक्शन में ऐसे कुछ रेलेवेंट कमेंट्स नहीं आए हैं बट जिन्होंने जो भी पूछा है मैं बस ये क्लैरिफाई कर देना चाहूंगी दैट आई हैव नॉट क्लेम्ड एनी काइंड ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हियर rather I think Debrati might have watched some of those YouTube videos जहाँ पे मैंने PYQs का revision किया था in my case that's all I am not saying that she's from my batch I have never said that anywhere because my batch began on 16 September as rightly claimed by premium guy anyway so हाँ जी Debrati so we can just focus on that कि आपने यूट्यूब सेशंस वगैरह पीडब्ल्यू का देखा एंड दैट व्हाट हाउ डिड यू हाउ मच डिड दैट हेल्प यू आपने पेपर वन तो एटलीस्ट पीडब्ल्यू से ही ऑब्वियसली पूरा हेल्प लिया था तो हाँ यू कैन डेफिनेटली टॉक अबाउट दैट हाउ डिड पीडब्ल्यू हेल्प यू इन दिस जर्नी लिटिल बिट अबाउट दैट
yes, ma'am. Actually, I did not know that PW had this UGC NET batch because one of my friends, she's preparing for WBCS. So she told me that you go and check there. The faculty is really good there. You can just rely on them once because while I was studying, the syllabus was huge and I was completely confused that where to start and where to end. So at that moment, I started searching in PW app and I got the first batch, like the Mission GRF batch, which was, I think, the batch we started on January. 8th January, I still remember the date. It was 8th January and Sir started the first day of that batch. And so from there only, I took paper one preparation because I felt that paper two is something for which I have been preparing for past 5 to 6 years. I know at least a sum of it, but in paper one, there are many places, especially the teaching and research aptitude one, which I had no clue of the higher education, constitution, everything, but I did not have much idea. And I started taking preparation through PW. I would like to say what helped me in PW is first is the organized notes. Whatever Sir told, whatever Gulshan ma'am was also there, she also joined within a week. So those notes, and I started taking my own notes as well after listening to those videos, and there was like recorded videos as well. So this helped me so much because at any moment, even if I had a doubt, I could open up those videos, see it. I can ask question at any time of the day, and all the teachers, everyone from the faculty members, they were so prompt in replying. Within 1 or 2 days, I knew I was sure that I will be getting my reply for all my doubts. Yes, those helped me a lot. All the notes were quite organized. The DPPs were there. It was like good practice. And another thing, all the teachers, they were constantly doing practice PYQs. And I was like after listening to that only, I decided that, okay, let me do something. I got it all like that last 10 to 11 years PYQs online. Through Google, I just downloaded all of those and I just started practicing like a mock test. I took paper, like one paper is like one of my tests, and I started marking myself on that. Okay, this one is correct and this one is wrong, and I studied from that as well. And of course, then after some days, I saw that PW also launched the mock test series, which was really helpful. And within the batch itself, we had this exams after 1 month. Every month, we had one exam. So constantly, those exams made me feel how where I'm standing. Because without exams, without judging myself, without properly analyzing myself, I cannot move forward. That how much I have read, what I
Right.
have studied properly. So those exams, those mock tests, and whatever has been done in the class, all those notes that have been like those bang on things for me. I have kept all the copies, like this is what I will be studying, and this is all I need. And just by reading those, I went into the exam. Nothing more, no other books or anything. Just like that is how PW notes were so helpful for me.
Right. So जैसे I mean Debarati has already said that she focused on paper 1 because उनके लिए paper 2 familiar था, right? तो यही मैं आप लोगों को बोलती हूँ, बार बार मैं दोहराती हूँ कि you have to figure out your weak points, right? And paper 1 में भी आपको score करना है, वो scoring area है, आपका अपना subject है, अगर उसमें आप वीक हो तो आप उस पे फोकस करो. एंड हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट इज इट टू स्कोर वेल इन बोथ द पेपर्स तिब्रती? लाइक पेपर 1 को भी आप कर रहे थे, आप पेपर 2 भी प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे, राइट? सो मैनेज कैसे करना है दोनों में, कितना कितना किसी को टाइम देना चाहिए? दिस इज समथिंग दैट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर कंफ्यूज्ड अबाउट. बिकॉज मैं वही बोलती हूँ कि आप वीक पॉइंट्स अपना आइडेंटिफाई करिए, राइट? कहाँ वीक हो आप लोग. जैसे यू आर, आई थिंक योर होल्ड ऑन इंग्लिश लिटरेचर वाज प्रीटी स्ट्रांग बाय द टाइम आपने पेपर 1 के लिए शुरुआत किया, राइट?
Yes. Actually, the thing is that what I did is that I did not have any fixed timetable that, okay, fine, this is this many hours for paper 1 and this many hours for paper 2.
Right.
I just, because in paper 2 also, when I was studying, paper 2, there are many things which I also did not know, many authors, many writers, many theories which I know very little. And so those were the gaps where I thought that, okay, I have to mend that as well.
Right.
So what I realized is that if I chalk out my syllabus, the entire syllabus, and not like, okay, I will be spending 2 hours for paper 1 and 10 hours for paper 2, not like that, but I just sat with the syllabus and I realized this is something I need to study. Even if I know, suppose, I'm taking an example, ma'am, here. Like, I know T.S. Eliot, what are the plays he has written, what are the poems he has written. I know that from my master's and from my graduate itself. But then also, I need to know it better. So for that, I have to decide how much time or when will I sit with T.S. Eliot, or when will I sit with Bertolt Brecht, or maybe when will I focus more on higher education or research aptitude. That was something which I did as per my convenience. Like, many people follow a timetable, but I am not convenient with that because I get stressed if I do not follow a timetable, that, okay, I have not done this much today only. But what I believe is consistency. Studying every day, whichever portion I feel like I need to do. Like, if I feel like that for the whole day, for entire morning, evening, and night, I will be doing like teaching aptitude. I will be focusing on those Bloom's taxonomy, Simpson's taxonomy, Gagney's classification, like that. But if I feel like, no, today I will be focusing only on English paper, on that paper 2, and whichever thing I was English, Indian literature, then entire Indian literature, all authors of Indian literature for that day. So that is how I worked as per my convenience. I did not have any such specific or a strict timetable that I need to follow this, but whatever suited me, I just follow that, because I feel that will give me a greater freedom to, like, and be more free in working, in knowing, in analyzing, in responding, in seeing all my doubts in whichever like gaps I am having.
Right.
So I gave attention equally to both. Even if I knew that English is my paper, I am a student of English literature, but I also told myself that I am not someone who is a pro in English literature. I know little bit of it. Many things are there to be learned. So with that only I continued my preparation.
Right, Debarati, like you said, pro तो कोई भी नहीं है English literature में. The subject is, as I keep on repeating and saying कि ये subject ही ऐसा है कि इसमें कोई मतलब there are so many things that you consistently need, and consistency is the key word here. जैसे देवव्रती ने कहा कि वो हर दिन इतने घंटे नहीं पढ़ती थी, rather she would keep on practicing, right, whatever her gap areas were. And did the PYQs that were there help you both
Yes,
in
yes.
paper 1 and paper 2? How much did they help you, and how much are PYQs important? ये फिर से जरा दोहरा देना, because of course preparation is important, but PYQs is the key ultimately.
Yes, I think, ma'am, for UGC NET preparation, because I'm not aware of other competitive exams, but then also I feel that there are three pillars on which we should be focusing. First is the class notes. Whatever notes, be it from a class or what, if I am gathering my own notes, that those notes, the basic, the foundation ones, which I
Right,
need to study.
right,
Second is, ma'am, PYQs, and I think at least 10 years PYQs, because uh, UGC cannot be predicted, NTA cannot be predicted. They will take a PYQ from 2011 or 12 and they will blatantly give that in 2024 because they feel like. And the biggest thing about PYQs is that I have studied everything, and so suddenly I get a PYQ from that same chapter, from that same known place, but that makes me think that I do not know this portion.
right,
Something
right.
else has come from pollution chapter, something else
Hmm.
has come from the higher education chapter. So PYQs are eye openers. PYQs are like adding another layer to my preparation. They're mandatory. They are not an optional thing that okay, fine, let I'm not doing it. I will be passing the exam well. But
Hmm.
PYQs are, I would say, a second set of notes.
Hmm. Hmm.
If I do not know a PYQ, that is my place. I take it down in my copy, I write it down, and I study that because
Right,
I know this PYQ is not coming directly. Something related to this may definitely come.
right.
That is how PYQs are important. And third is my mock tests, like the mock
Hmm.
test and testing, constantly testing after 1 month or maybe after 15 days, or even taking up any year's question and treating it as a like question paper, not as a PYQ question, but as a question paper.
Right. So the detailed explanation, जैसे PYQs है उसके साथ detailed explanation पे focus करना, that is key. Like all the options you should definitely, and that is exactly what I was doing in the YouTube in the initial days, obviously before the batch. I think that is when you were also there in the comment section. कभी कभी
Yes,
आप आती थी,
I
right?
find
Yes.
all classes because even if it was the last moment, I
हाँ.
realized this is the time when one can get the best of everything. Why
Right.
leave anything? When you
Right.
joined, I remember it was I think 10 to 15 days, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
those. I still have that playlist with me that all the PYQs, and that was key, which helped me that okay, let me revise here also.
Right.
Why not leave even one stone unturned? Whatever it is,
Right.
but let me see what happens. That is up to future. But at this
Hmm.
moment when I'm preparing, I did not want to leave any gap. So whoever, whatever is doing, I just took that down.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely, Debrati. So what you said is that you should leave no stone unturned. The fact that you were applying it in your preparation, that is something that I mean, kudos to you that you were doing that. And I think वो मेहनत रंग लाया है finally, right? So you have to keep at it. आपने देखा देवव्रती कैसे काफी अच्छे से समझा रही थी हमें, उन्होंने 3 pillars की भी बात की, right? And I think future में you are going to become a very good educator and a very good addition to the corpus of assistant professors who are there in our country and are teaching. So I'm sure that you are going to do very well in the future, Debrati. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining us, joining PW, and again, really 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 happy for you. ठीक है, एंड आई नो दैट आई थिंक आप JRF बहुत इतने से मार्क्स से शायद आपका छूटा है, एक या 2 मार्क्स से छूटा है आपका JRF. आई नो इट हर्ट्स, बट still, I mean, you did really well for a first attempt. If you want to try for JRF, definitely go ahead and do that when you feel ready. right? So I think that is also key. जैसे देवव्रती ने अपना time लिया to prepare, to completely dedicate so many months to, you know, honing all her skills. You can't be, आप जल्दबाजी नहीं कर सकते हैं when it comes to NET, and especially with our subject, with English literature paper 1, तो फिर भी आप practice करोगे, उसमें shortcuts हैं. I don't think there is any shortcut to cracking
No,
literature, right?
nothing
Yeah,
is there because it is so unpredictable. And
right,
the biggest fear which I had is they can ask something like they can go and ask from Beowulf also, and they can also go and ask about a book which has been maybe published a month ago.
right.
So I was scared about the current affairs because I must confess I'm really weak at current affairs. That when which prize is being
Okay.
given, which book is being published now, and really recently there has been this trend about Indian aesthetics and Indian
Yeah, yeah,
literature, which is quite confusing. None of us, I believe, have that idea even that this will also come.
right.
So that moment, I remember in one of the questions in this offline mode. They have I think it was Indian plays, and there was this
Huh.
chronology of the sequence of
Yes,
which
yes,
event takes place afterward. And I was like, how will I know which Sanskrit word should place before what? And there was this only one word, aram or praram was there, and I thought this is, I think, the beginning, because we all know praram is means beginning. Let
right,
me
right,
that option I do not know. And
right.
one advantage about UGC NET is still now is that there is no negative marking, so we
Yes,
can make that kind of a not a wild guess, I would say, but a smart guess word.
yes,
We
yes,
can
definitely.
try that. That is
Right,
an opportunity which I think we all students should take. That
right,
even if I do not know, let me guess it like
definitely.
what I've read, and using that only, I think we can score some
Yeah.
marks.
Smart, first of all, your common sense, in a lot of ways it
Yes.
works. Then elimination, method of elimination is also something which works in literature very well. So yeah, certain questions out of 100 questions, maybe 30, 40 you can predict, but the
Yes.
rest are all a gamble. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, okay. Thank you so much for joining us, Debarati. I hope all of you, rest of you who are watching us and who might watch us in the future, you learn something from her, you take inspiration from her. And I hope आप सबका कभी ना कभी नेट और JRF clear हो जाए. And of course, I am here to obviously guide you. PW is here to guide you always as educators and your teachers and mentors. Thank you so much, Debarati. Okay, I'll take your leave. Good night. Take
Good.
care.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank
Thank you.
you.